Well, I was always in love with opera when I was a kid, so my mother told me first things to do: if I wanted to work in opera, you must study an instrument. And so I was pianist before, I was a coacher, and then I was a super, and then I was assistant, and I was a stage manager. I played the bell in Rigoletto, 13 bites, because I was too emotional instead of 12, and then finally, after many years as assistant, I became opera director.
And then Suora Madre, e lei che dice, attenzione che qua, Suora Madre e lei che dice, Linda for you, remember to react, la suora ha ragione.
Ah, ok.
Because this give to her the possibility to, no, non mi faccia questa carità. It's diagonal,
Well, I have the chance to meet Nigel Redden and to meet him in London and to arrive with 4 Neapolitan proposal. Hello, I'm a director, not too bad, I have a certain fame, but I have something to propose you. And in this proposal there was the double bill Mese, Mariano and Villi, and Nigel Redden had the courage to hire me for this double bill, and now I'm here in Charleston. That is the first time for me, and I'm really in love with the festival and with the town.
In fact, this is Puccini's first opera, Le Villi. He wrote this when he was sort of learning how to become an opera composer, and it's a different subject than he usually dealt with subsequently. It's a subject that comes from a German poem, and it's about the spirits of women who have died before their marriages, before they could marry. And it's a story about a man who becomes engaged to a woman, and then, as men will, he wanders off and forgets about her. She dies, he comes back, of course, filled with remorse, and she haunts him and dances him to death. So this is the same subject that is perhaps most famous in the ballet Giselle.
This double bill was always in my head, because I want always to show 2 great composers through 2 completely unknown titles. So everyone knows Giordano and Puccini, Andrea Chenier, Tosca, Bohème, but I think that a theater has also the duty to teach to the audience something new, something particular. So I really thanks a lot to Charleston for this opportunity to give me to propose these 2 titles so unknown. Are 2 titles completely different, because Mese Mariano is 35 minutes more or less. How long is the opera, and is a very melancholy story, Neapolitan plot, very close also to my life, because both Giordano and Salvatore Di Giacomo were very good friends of my great-grandfather. And Le Villi is an unusual title for Puccini, because it's a fairy tale with dancers. It's something that we never find again in his great productions. So it's an unusual evening with great music, with a great opportunity to discover these 2 composers through 2 completely different music.
Va bene.
Capisci? Cioè, okay. The Kiss is also non stai ipocrita, no. Guarda, mi raccomando, pay attention. So you must be a little bit Doberman, you know the Doberman?
Yes.
Yes, more or less like a Doberman.
We're coupling that with a very short opera by Umberto Giordano, which is actually an American stage premiere of this opera by a composer who's slightly earlier than Puccini. And it's a story again about love and about, loss. In this case, a young woman goes to a convent to see the son that she's given up to an orphanage. She goes once a year to see him, and her now husband doesn't want to have this reminder of a previous relationship that she had. So she's had to give up the boy. She arrives at the convent not knowing that he has died the night before. And she never finds out that he died. And she hears this beautiful music of children singing. And she feels that she hears his voice among those of the other children. And she knows that she hears him. And I think that it's the kind of wonderful love of a mother for a child, and it's a sad story, but a beautiful one. And the two operas are in some ways bookends about the range of love.